Alright, so for today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the Klein Tools 32611P. This is a 13-in-1 screwdriver. I wouldn't say it's a relatively newer offering from Klein, but it is somewhat new at the time of filming this video. Now, I believe that Klein is trying to aim this towards the plumbers out there, only because when I found it at my local Lowe's, it was in the plumbing tool section of the store. It wasn't over by the electrical stuff. It wasn't over in the tool aisle. It was over in the plumbing aisle by the rest of the plumbing tools. And you also have a picture of some plumbing on the packaging, so that is why I'm assuming and kind of guessing that Klein has made this screwdriver specifically for plumbers or people who are doing some sort of plumbing. Now, to start off the review, we're going to take a look at the handle like we normally do, and it's pretty much your typical Klein handle where you got that somewhat nice rubber overmolding. This pocket clip kind of does ruin that, but that's you can easily take that off if you wanted to. And you also have the Klein Tools name. Like on almost all their screwdrivers, it's all indented into the rubber, which is nice. And then if you turn it over, you have the model number on the back, and then you have some safety warnings there on the back, which is pretty standard on almost all of Klein's screwdrivers. It's basically just some warnings to tell you about safety glasses, and that the tool is not insulated and won't protect you from electrical shock. And then coming to the top of the tool, you can see there it's a 13-in-1 pocket, so it's meant to fit either in like a shirt pocket or it can clip on to a pant pocket. Now, like I said, for me, I don't really rock these pocket clips. They just kind of feel like they get in the way, and I always just want to catch on to everything, so I'll most likely take this guy off. That's just my preference. And then you also have this blue little band around here, so if this was sticking in your bag and you didn't like that this wasn't filled in with white paint or whatever, you could still easily identify what this screwdriver is. And then you pull out the bits themselves, and you have a wide variety of different bits. You have a number 1 Phillips, and then a 7/64. It's kind of like a hex bit. And then you have a number 0 Phillips, and then a 3/32 slotted. And then you have a 1/8 inch and 3/32 hex bit there, number 2, and a 3/16. And we should pretty much be back to where we started. The carousel on here doesn't rotate, so you just pull it out and it is fixed into place. It's not like some of their other screwdrivers where it kind of rotates and you can kind of see all the different bits. So if you want to see all the different bits, you kind of have to just spin it with your hands, and then that just kind of clips back into place. Now, coming to, I guess you could call the business end of the tool, you have a fairly decent size shaft on the screwdriver, and then this is a nut driver as well. I believe this is a 3.5 millimeter nut driver, so if you had a really small piece of hardware or something of that nature you needed to tighten up, you could use the end of that tool. Now, you do have another bit here. This is a number 0 and an 1/8 inch slotted bit, which just locks into place. And then when you pull this guy out, you have a magnet here on the end of the tool, which is nice. So if you lose a small little fastener or whatever, or you're just trying to pick some stuff up, just lock it into place, and you should be able to pick up stuff that is magnetized. So if you needed to pick up this bit for whatever reason, you could. Now, another cool feature about this is these 1/4 inch bits, or these will lock into the screwdriver. So maybe you had a little bit longer bit, or you wanted to use a bit that wasn't in this screwdriver, you could just easily clip it on, and you have a screwdriver in your hand, and then you can just easily pop that bit right out, and then put the shaft back into the screwdriver. So overall, it's a nice little multi-bit screwdriver from Klein Tools. Like I said, pretty sure they're aiming it towards plumbers out there, since they already have like the pocket screwdrivers, which I've kind of already reviewed here on the channel. They have a couple different versions of those. One's just like a normal pocket screwdriver with Phillips and slotted. Then they have one mainly geared towards heating and cooling guys, where it's Phillips and slotted for like doing thermostats. And it has a Schrader core removal tool on there. I have a couple of those in my tool bags, and I think I've actually reviewed one here on the channel. So this is just kind of like another iteration of their pocket screwdrivers. And if you wanted to keep this guy in your pocket, you could easily flip it around and put the magnet in there, and then you don't have to worry about it poking a hole in your pocket or in the pocket of your shirt. You wouldn't have to worry about that. But that's pretty much it for this review of this pocket screwdriver from Klein Tools. If you want to find out some more information about this tool, I will have the product link page down in the description below. So if you want to learn some more about this, you can go ahead and click on that link. And if you don't have a Lowe's close to you and you still want to get this tool, I will leave some links in the description below where you can order it and have it shipped directly to your house. But with that being said, that's kind of all I have for this video. Thanks for watching.